Hello. This message is for sixth grade families at OCS. We are at that moment where we are ready to talk about hybrid selection. The week before you went off to spring break, we had shared in the hybrid informational night what we thought our plan would look like for hybrid after our board approved it. We had also shared that we had had some ceilings in our classrooms that needed some repair. And due to that, we weren't sure exactly what our hybrid plan would look like. Well, I'm here to tell you happily that we have learned a whole lot more, believe it or not, in that short period of time. One is that we were able to get our ceilings repaired and they actually finished them already, which is amazing. This means that both Stephanie and Jude will be able to teach on campus for our hybrid program. This also means that the schedule that we had put out before does alter slightly as to what the hybrid plan is. What we are asking of you is to decide whether or not you want your child to return for in person instruction or to remain in a distance learning model for the remainder of the 2020 21 school year. Now, the schedules for both of those have changed slightly. If you plan on having your child come to school for in person instruction, then they would be meeting with both Stephanie and Jude, depending on the day, for in person instruction. They would come, say, Monday morning for in person instruction for humanities with Stephanie from 8:30 to 11:30. And then they would leave at 11:30 and go home and have asynchronous time where they are working on assignments that have been assigned by either Stephanie or Jude, and they possibly could be on their own or they might be in some small groups with paras, etc. For some kids may be coming on that Monday and be in an in-person class with Jude from 8:30 to 11:30, and the same thing going home for their asynchronous time. If you choose to keep your child in a distance learning model, then the morning portion will be their asynchronous time where they are working on different assignments and projects and possibly having meetings with paras as they go through that morning part of their day. And then after lunch, they will be meeting with their teachers. One day it would be with Stephanie, another day with Jude, and then next day with Stephanie, and the next day with Jude, um, online on Zoom. And that session would be from 12:30 to 3:30. Both of the morning and the afternoon sessions will start off with a morning meeting. Students that are on campus will get a recess break in the middle of that 3-hour block. So they will get time to be outdoors, have a snack, play, interact with each other. And for those that are at home, they may end up having one break, but depending on how the teachers plan it, they might end up having two shorter breaks throughout the afternoon to break up that 3-hour time block. We're allowing them to kind of figure out what works for their schedule with what they have to teach. And so that would be the gist of how that would work with those days. We're asking you to give us an answer by Monday so that we can go through and map everything out and know who is where when as we plan out the remainder of the year. Sixth grade hybrid starts on May 3rd, which is after state testing, which they will be doing at home. And so once the state testing is done, then they will have that option to do hybrid or distance learning. There's a long email below that has lots of information in there about COVID testing and some other things. So I please request that you read it, especially if you're still unsure, and make the decision that works best for you and your family. And we will go from there. We'll be in touch once we have more information on the numbers. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.